Hello again. So this review is going to be a little off the cuff as I prepare for the next review, which is going to be a little different. You shall see when that comes out. So today I'm talking about the Reb Brown movie, The Firing Line. The plot of The Firing Line is Dances with Wolves, with all the good shit taken out. Literally, it's one of those movies where the soldier realizes that he's on the wrong side and joins the rebels. You've seen this several times. When Avatar came out, everyone was making parody jokes. Oh, it's Dances with Wolves. Oh, it's Fern Gully. In fact, this movie's a little similar to another Reb Brown movie that came out around the same time called Mercenary Fighters. So Reb Brown plays a soldier named Mark Hardin who's fighting against some rebels in some unknown location. When the leader of the rebels is killed by his commanding officer, Reb Brown breaks rank and joins the rebels to fight against the corrupt government. The only problem with this film is that we don't know why anybody's doing anything. Yeah, we can see that the government is corrupt because a small amount of the soldiers commit a gang rape on a woman.
I did not kill Rodriguez, it was Nunez.
What about the girl that was with him?
We gave her great pleasure.
But outside of that, we don't know anything about the rebels, why they're rebelling against the government. We don't even understand what the government is doing. All we know is that rebels good, government bad. I smell box office gold with this. This movie was produced by a company called Silver Star, and I've only seen 3 movies from Silver Star, but I know they've made a lot more. And based off my experience from watching the films of this company, their modus operandi consists of, hey, people just want to see action, who gives a fuck about the story? Literally, I'm under the assumption that this company made movies that were strictly sold to direct-to-video publishers just so they could put out cheap action schlock. Their most well-known movie is called Blood Death, starring Richard Harrison, and that film is a terrible Death Wish knockoff, which also has no story. That movie starts off with Richard Harrison's daughter getting murdered and raped and her boyfriend getting murdered, and then 10 seconds later, he's on a rampage killing off all the criminals, and then he's hired by some big gang member to take out the opposition. Literally, Richard Harrison just starts shooting people like 2 minutes in. And then there's another movie that this same company made called Phantom Raiders, which stars Miles O'Keefe, and it has to do with Miles O'Keefe going into Vietnam to recapture a MIA colonel who has switched sides. For the first 40 minutes, we get a training montage, and for the last 40 minutes, we just get non-stop action. The plots of these films are so weak. It's a wonder anybody can get through them. And originally I was under the assumption that The Firing Line was the worst of the 3 that I've seen, but it's actually Blood Debts. This film sucks just as bad as Blood Debts, but slightly better. Nothing about this movie works. There's no direction, there's no atmosphere, there's barely a story. The only good things to come out of this movie are Reb Brown and Shannon Tweed. Because of course Reb Brown can do no wrong. And if it sounds like I'm kissing Reb Brown's ass, yeah, this movie's a piece of garbage. If you're gonna watch anything starring Reb Brown, watch Strike Commando, watch Howling 2, Your Sister's a Werewolf, watch Space Mutiny, watch Death of a Soldier. He was actually nominated for an Australian Academy Award for that one. So yeah, fuck this movie. Reb, do the honors.